Hi guys, this is Mikaela from our Happy Life Vlogs. Thanks for showing up here and watching this video. So just a little bit of a story. We recently got some ducks. Well, as the lady was loading them into the little box to take home, she let us know and made us aware that one of these ducklings' feet there was something wrong with its foot. We went ahead and decided to bring him or her home anyway. And you know, I am so glad we brought these ducklings home. My husband's actually the one that went ahead and said, yes, we'll take him. Even though this poor little duckling with the hurt foot. And I was hesitant just because I knew nothing about raising ducks. I knew nothing about raising chickens. I mean, I've done lots of research, but I don't have experience. And for a duck that is going to need extra help, and I felt like I was just gonna be learning a lot of the basics, just, you know, gaining my own experiences. Having to deal with a little bit of extra something was a little bit more intimidating to me. So long story short, I got on Facebook to one of my farming homestead groups, and I asked about this duckling's foot. And one lady posted a link to I think a former veterinarian or veterinarian nurse that had dealt with poultry and leg issues and feet issues. And she shows on this blog post what exactly to do for this duckling's foot. This duckling's foot, we found it was called crooked toe. What was wrong with his foot? He was actually walking on the joint of his, like where his foot is and his leg meet. He was on his ankle. He was walking on the ankle. He wasn't walking on his foot. His foot was kind of curled up and just looked really sad. He got around just fine. You wouldn't have known that there was anything wrong with him or with his foot except for when you looked at it, because he got around just fine. Anyway, I'll insert a picture of what that looked like right here. So this is what we were kind of dealing with. We went ahead and followed the directions on that blog post, and you guys, just the most miraculous thing happened for this duckling, and I am just so grateful to God that He led this person to me so that I was able to help this duckling, and that he or she is able to live a more full, better life with a normal foot. Anyway, so this video is just to kind of show you what we did, and I'll insert some clips. They're not very good. A lot of the time you can't see exactly what we're doing. I'll try to narrate and tell you what we're doing in these different clips. But I hope that this helps somebody somewhere that is dealing either with a chicken or a duckling that has crooked toe, and gives you some hope. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody somewhere and is encouraging. So thanks for watching. So here I'm just evaluating exactly what we're going to need to do for this little guy's foot. I know that we're going to have to spread out his foot so that he will begin walking on it normally. So to be able to wrap up and boot our little duckling's foot, we needed two different things. One was some little piece of cardboard. This is what I was actually gonna reboot his foot with, but he didn't end up needing another boot on, so, which I'm so grateful because he hates the thing. But this is just some really thin cardboard. You don't want the thick cardboard. You want it to be pliable so that their foot is able to move as freely as it can inside of the boot, just so it can get kind of that exercise that it needs to get strong. So we went ahead and had some thin cardboard for his boot, for the base, and it's just barely larger than his foot. The other thing we used for our duckling is this medical tape. So this is the kind of tape that they use when you get your blood drawn. This is a couple years old, and so the stickiness of it isn't as sticky as it used to be. And this worked really great for us because even with like me sticking this on my arm where there's hair and pulling it off, it didn't hurt. But it was sticky enough to stay. And that was kind of the key. I didn't want it to hurt him. I left that on him for about 2.5 days, as well as giving him extra niacin in his water to help strengthen his bones.
So our duckling has been wearing the boot for 2.5 days here. You see us measuring his foot for his new boot.
You see us here trying to remove the boot. We were able to get the cardboard off pretty easily. The part we struggled most with was the tape that was around the back of his heel.
We ended up having to cut it off with some scissors.
An extra pair of hands here is really, really helpful. We were finally able to get the rest of that boot off. You will see here, the foot closest to the camera is the foot that was having the problem. We put him back in the box just to see how he was walking on the foot.
We decided against putting on another boot. He was walking perfectly on his new foot.
So this was about 2 days after we removed the boot. Our little guy is still walking perfectly without the boot. The results seem to be permanent. We will continue to watch him as he grows to make sure that his foot remains functioning properly.